So what is going on, everybody? Today we're actually going to be showing you guys a build that I think a lot of you guys might enjoy if you guys have been trying to think of something to use with the new NinjaBike messenger bag. So I have unlocked it, and what I will tell you guys as you guys are seeing this gameplay is the first thing I noticed when I was trying to compare this to the Memento is the Memento excels in certain areas, and then obviously the NinjaBike messenger bag excels in certain areas. Now, if you like those close run and gun builds, I really believe as a solo player, you probably will lean more towards using the Memento even after you get the NinjaBike messenger bag. Now, if you are a solo player or if you're a player in a group and you like playing more DPS or more builds from distance, well, I think that's where the NinjaBike will really excel. And in this build, as you guys are seeing, we are using a version of negotiators with this NinjaBike, as you guys are seeing, and it's working, right? It's doing what it needs to do. And I will tell you, even after this, I was able to fight some not hunters, but some rogue agents, and holy, it wasn't too hard at all. I didn't have the survivability that I typically would do with the Memento backpack, especially when you build that 30 stack and you get those short buffs. But I will say the NinjaBike does have its perks, and then I'll talk about it as I break down this build right here. So for the weapon, we are running the Carbine 7. We have 18% weapon damage on this from the expertise. We have 15% assault rifle damage. We have 21% health damage and 10% damage to targets out of cover. Now I decided to go with flatline with this one because I feel like it really pairs well with negotiators. This is going to amplify weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies after 3 hits, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. Now for your secondary, you can run whatever you want. Scorpio is a good one because it pretty much can stop anything that is pushing you really hard, so you can swap to it and then just use that. But ideally, the Carbine 7 is what I'm going to be going with. For the modifications on it, I am running a C79 scope, gives us 5% crit chance. We are running the 20 round mag. We have the link laser pointer because we are running the technician specialization, and then we have 5% crit chance on the muzzle. So like I said, we are running a negotiators, and the cool thing about NinjaBike, if you guys don't know, it does unlock a 4-piece. So technically on this build, I only have 3 pieces of negotiators, so I'm getting that 15% crit chance, I'm getting that 20% crit damage, and then I'm getting hostile negotiations. Critical hit marks enemies for 20 seconds up to 3 marks. When you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemy take 60% of that damage dealt. Now what's even better is when a marked enemy dies, you gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times, so that's an additional 40% critical hit damage on the build. So that's why you want to really make sure you have as close to 50 to 60% crit chance on this build. So we have weapon damage, critical damage, and a critical hit chance mod. For the chest piece, I decided to go with the close chest piece, and the reason why is because this is going to give us a tiny bit of survivability. If you look, we have the 5% total armor, and then since we have NinjaBike messenger bag, it's unlocking the 10% armor on kill. So now we have that 10% armor on kill that gives us that little bit of survivability. It's not much, but that can actually help us survive in those close situations. Now we have 170,000 armor rolled on here. We have critical damage, critical chance, and a critical hit damage mod. And obviously you guys know the closer chest comes with perfect spotter, amplifies total weapon damage and skill damage by 20% to pulse enemies. Then we go down, we have the negotiators holster. Now this is going to be our second piece, and we have weapon damage and critical hit damage. Our third piece of negotiators is going to be our gloves, and that's going to be weapon damage, critical hit damage. And then for the knee pads, we have the Fox Prairie knee pads. Remember, this one doesn't really ever give us any bonuses from the Brandset Overlord, but for the first time, we are getting something out of this. We're getting that 20% accuracy, so that's going to allow us to hit those shots downrange a lot more efficient. So we're getting 20% accuracy from this one piece. We get 15% weapon damage, 8% damage targets out of cover, which is multiplicative, and then 12% critical hit damage. And then finally, we have the NinjaBike bag, right? So I was able to unlock this. Remember, this gives you 3 cores, weapon damage, armor, skill tier. We have critical damage, and then look what we have here, resourceful. Slots in with any equipped gear set and brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking gear set bonuses. Can unlock bonuses from multiple sets simultaneously. And that's where you guys saw that I was unlocking the 4-piece of negotiators, I was unlocking the 2-piece accuracy from Overlord, and I was unlocking the 10% armor on kill, which typically I wouldn't be able to do. And that's what's actually really good about this. If we go over to my stats, you'll see we have 46% critical hit chance. Ideally, I would like to bump this up a little bit, so I'm probably going to roll a critical hit damage mod for critical hit chance. We have 149% critical hit damage, 75% headshot damage, and 21% health damage. Now, if you go to the armor on kill, 119,000, which isn't too bad. But like I said, you want to be as close as you can to 50 to 60%. So we're gonna have to drop our critical hit damage down a little bit. So we'll probably just move this mod right here, which has 12% critical hit damage, and I'll just swap that to a critical hit chance mod there. And then that will put me above the 50% mark. So let me grab that right there. And then we can look at our stats again. And if you take a look at our stats now, we have 52%. So ideally, this is where you want to be, because remember, Negotiators is going to excel if you hit critical hits. The higher chance of hitting critical hits, the more damage you're gonna be doing on those 3 enemies if you mark them. And that's what you guys wanna do with this. And then remember, you're gonna already gain 40% critical damage as you guys get into those battles. So ideally, this is the build that you guys want. I like pairing it up with a Defender drone. And then if I want the Crusader shield, or you could run something like a Reviver Hive, or you could even put something like an Assault Turret, because remember, you do have the Coastal Chest Piece, which is gonna give you 20% skill damage to pulse enemies. And if you're pulsing them and you're hitting them, hey, could work out for you. So a lot of different ways you guys can run this, but this is the build here. This is the first NinjaBike messenger bag build I put together. And I did it because I really like Negotiators, and I felt like this really helps it shine. Now, I will tell you, with the Memento, Negotiators is still pretty good, but the fact is, with Negotiators, you kind of want to stay far back. So you typically don't want to rush up to go get those trophies, unlike one of those more tankier DPS builds. But I still think that NinjaBike has a place. I just feel this build does pretty well. Let me know in the comments what builds you guys haven't been experimenting with in the comment section, and we'll see what we can do with those. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. See you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out.
Vital signs critical. Give it up! I'll make this right! Agent eliminated. Supply room access unlocked.